Hey, let's try this again with the webcam since I can't with the camera. I'm not special enough. And do the social media bit, blam, way it goes. And I don't know Facebook. Let's do Facebook too. And send it out on Facebook, because why not? Like 3 people around there or something, right? Okay, so got another box of Titan Masters Attack. This one is from MyFLGS. Unfortunately, they had some issues with their WPN promo stuff. So I should have had the Buy a Box promo Perceptor and what was it, Convex that was supposed to come with this, but they are not here yet. So I don't know if they were just not gotten or if they're behind or what the deal is. But those will be coming at some point, I hope. But I got a couple boxes of these. Didn't get a markdown on it like I usually do for boxes, in hopes that would guarantee me that Perceptor and Convex. But wish in one hand and crap in the other one and see which one fills up first or something. All right. So, go ahead. Pull my wrapper off. It's not nearly as exciting a live stream again as the big one today, watching the Capsule Endeavor, I guess they're calling it, on its way up to the International Space Station. Had big plans for today and then lost them all due to watching SpaceX's live stream. So, a nice pop-up standy action again. This looks nice for display. I think I've kept one of each box that I've opened for just personal purposes. But I'll go ahead and get started. So there's again 30 packs. Super rares are 1 to 30, so hopefully we'll see 1 in here. There's been reports of somebody getting 2 in a box, so maybe we'll get lucky. Hey, Sky Shadow. It's my first part of him. It's a rare on the first pick. That's good. So this is another where he's got 2 parts. So you'll have the head of Apex, but you don't get Apex's head. There's Sky Shadow. You have to have all the parts. But again, this is like, look, it's like that. And then transforms or something. So rare out of the gate. That's good. I like that. And then the pack. So again, I kind of went through more on my first opening of what they were doing. But the commons here are Decoy Flares, Blade Flurry, Emergency Barricade, and we've got Fusion Borer, given +3, Pierce 3, and a Black Pip. That's just But it's like Grenade Launcher in that when he attacks, it goes. And then hand-to-hand combat for when you don't have a weapon. And then Plasma Horns, which is the push your luck rare. You want to try and get white pips. And if you get too many white pips, it goes away. Wingspan. I think I've pulled a couple of him as a common in my first box. Or he's once upgrades to get scrapped out of him because that gives him more defense in his beast mode. And then Science Officer Stratagem. Beachcombers. I think I pulled a few of that one. Last box as well. And then the pack here has got cards in it. Got Handheld Blaster, Precision Fire, Decoy Flares, it's commons, Last Stand, apparently this was really designed for trying to get that last kick in when your body mode dies and the head pops off. You can, like, a big +5 hit is maybe enough to take out the opponent. Temporal Quagmire. And then Regenerative Core. To slowly bleed off damage. And again, it looks like it's Energon Star. So if you remember Energon, that was a thing, right? So I was kind of upset, was trying to get this one going to stream off of my phone because I know my phone has a better camera than the 720p that this is putting out right now, but apparently I'm not cool enough for YouTube to let me use YouTube Mobile to stream. Brawn, when this defends against an enemy that has more stars than him and you flip battle cards, it gets +1 for each different color. And then this attacks an enemy that has more stars than him and you flip battle cards, it gets +1 for each different color. You want to go like all the different colors for Brawn. And again, this common Autobot Gears Sabotage Stratagem. So I think I pulled a couple of those on my first box as well. Hey, people that are watching, you can say hi, so I feel slightly less like I'm talking to myself in a room away from everybody else in the house. Commons are Scouting Mission, Improvised Shield, and Sharpened Talons. Uncommons are That Last Stand Again, Magnetic Dysfunction Ray, so an Autobot Hate, and the rare is Ghost Shield. This is like the Master Sword, where let's say a better than average stats on an armor, but you can only play it if the character already has armor on it. So it's like a replacement to it. And then if it would be scrapped, if you have armor in your hand, you can use that to protect it. All right. And we've got Top Spin. It's attacks, you flip at least a white, draw a card. And I just remembered there's no star values. Whoops. It's a printer issue or a final design file issue. But yeah, he does have a star value. It's just not on here. Early waves, hiccups to get unhiccuped. So Headmaster of Kreb for +2 health for 1 star. And that's something that I think will be really interesting, seeing people start to put together deck techs. Not necessarily going with, it's, Apex has to go on Optimus Prime because that's what it is. Well, maybe. Or maybe, Apex is 3 stars, and it'd be nice if I had 2 stars back, so I'll put a lesser head on them in order to squeak 2 stars out somewhere else. So our commons in this pack were Handheld Blaster, Gaming Crash, Brass Knuckles. Uncommons are Emergency Repair Patch and Conversion Expertise. And the rare is an End Hostilities. Can bump up. End Hostilities is the one where each secret action, when one of your characters defends, each orange becomes a blue. So that is just going to swing that hard in your favor, because no matter how many oranges your opponent has, hey, they're all blues. No matter how many oranges you have on the flip, hey, they're all blues. Crankcase, another common. To this mode, draw a card. When this attacks, you have 5 or more cards in hand. He gets +3 attack in the battle. Another Science Officer. I just pulled that one. And the pack cards are hard to open sometimes. There we go. So the commons are Scouting Mission, Lock on Target, Spiked Bracelet, Lock on Target. I think that might be the first one that we've seen out of this box that has the provisional pips or whatever they're calling them. I'm pulling a blank on it right now. But this counts as a blank card unless you've got a plane. Scissors. I don't want to go get scissors and have to pull them out. Hi, Slayer shoot. Pull them out each time, put it back down and do something. Mess with the flow, man. Uncommons are hollow matter projectors, hand-to-hand combat, again with one of those. And then intrusion countermeasure software. I had to go for 2 lines because it's so many words. Remembering to have Chandra come up so that we can go ha ha and see Decepticon Quake. This is your only character on the battlefield. He has +2 attack. When this or another character is KO'd, do 1 damage to each other character. So it feels like you'd want to build him like with a bunch of little sacrificial guys. Although it's to each other character, so it'd be yours as well. There's Apex again. Optimus Prime's head giving him stealth because, you know, giant truck is stealthy. Got lock on target, hold down, handheld blaster as commons, crystal of power, triangulator as uncommons, and reflect damage as the rare. More secret actions that feel like they're sideboard tech, you know, designed to figure out what your opponent's playing and to disrupt it. Another crankcase. Okay. Revenge, common 2-star stratagem. Your Megatron Fallen Hero has bold based on how many damage counters he has. So you can start amping up your Megatron just to try and hit that much harder. But for 2 stars, that seems maybe pricey. Although bold 3 is spicy. So yeah. Trade-offs, right? That's what TCGs are all about. Commons are lock on target, sharpen talons, hold the line. Uncommons are lucky dodge and tripwire. And then the rare is nitro booster. More cars love because they don't get enough love in this game at all whatsoever. Sarcasm. So, and Beachcomber to go with our 2 Beachcomber stratagems. He gets focus 1 as a robot. And when you flip to this mode, name a card, then reveal the top card of your deck. If it's a name card, draw 3 cards. And rare stratagem. So I think the box breakdowns are 1 to 2 for rare stratagems. While your Starscream Decepticon King is upgraded with Decepticon Crown, he has +4 health. So that's furthering that synergy attempt from the earlier wave. But yeah, I just love that they have the full arts basically on the backs of the cards for the stratagems. Does a good job of highlighting the art that they're having made now, and also keeps it from like getting confused inside of that. So even though you might have it sleeve, yeah, if you have it in clear sleeves, I guess maybe if you're a clear sleeve person, then it's like obviously something standing out in a stack of cards. So commons are hold down, disassemble, precision fire. Uncommons are fusion bore, hollow matter projector, and the rare is counter espionage. See your opponent's hand, see all of his actions, and then decide from there. If I'd really been thinking ahead, I'd have an extra trash can in here. Bludgeon, another common character card. Non-attack damage knocks down as your opponent's defense, and then maybe you smack them hard with the Fierce One. And strategic airlift, wingspan, and other characters have upgrades scrapped. You put them underneath wingspan to help them out. I'm getting better at it. Yeah, why would you think ahead in aviation? It's not like you have to plan. So commons are decoy flares, disassemble, scouting mission. Uncommons are triangulator, turn the tide. For each of the Autobots, move one damage counter to it from one of the Decepticons that you haven't moved a counter to this way. You throw a bunch of your damage over to them. Get rid of it. You don't want those damage counters. And another Ghost Shield. So is that 2 Ghost Shields or is that 3 now? 2. It's not called a flight plan for a reason. Wait, yep, that's did you see the flight graphic from somebody the other day that skywrote a giant fuck COVID-19? I think it was in Maryland. So uncommons Decepticon Quake. Seen him already. The rare is Freeze Out. He gets tough 2. It's a squeaky chair. It's not like this is my office and where I spend most of my time now. Commons are Spike Bracelets, Grav Inhibitor, Brass Knuckles. Uncommons are Spy Satellite, Uplink, Crystal of Power. And the rare is Regenerative Core. Better than the large schlong in Washington from some military pilot a while ago. Yeah, he ended up losing his flight license. He got his wings trimmed. Another beachcomber. I'm going to have to go through and oh, hey Chris, I'm going to have to go through and take a look at the breakdowns of cards, because it seems like I end up, I mean, I'm maybe right at a third of the way through the box, and there's like 2 beachcombers, like 2 crank cases, 2 quakes. Seems like there's a lot more of repetition of commons. That I don't feel like I got out of earlier waves. Yeah, I mean, he's a geologist. Is that really science? No, that's just rocks. The commons are Hold the Line, Handheld Blaster, Industrial Grade Phase Charge. The uncommons are Emergency Repair Patch, Turn the Tide. And the rare is Staggering Might. Try and tidy up things a little bit. Yeah, so part of the thing is I have 2 very good friends that are geologists, and I remember at one point in time we were on a hike that was supposed to just be like, hey, let's just go out and shoot the breeze and just go for a nice hike out in the woods, and it totally was not meant to be like geology learning time, but it did turn into geology learning time, and them finding interesting stratums of rock, and then like grabbing a piece and looking at it and oh yeah, it's still dry. That's blah 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 blah, like science words. I was like, wow, dude, we're on a trail. Like, can you not maybe? Chrome Dome. When you flip to this mode, look at your opponent's hand and put an action into their KO area. And the other side is when this attacks and your opponent has 3 or more actions in their KO area, this gets +3 until end of turn. That's a nice, like, you can get some flippy action going on. Figure out what they have in their hand. Remember it. Scratch pads. And then smack them around for getting greedy with them. I don't know. And then the head that we get with this one, the Titan Master, is Vorath. And it's a tough one, little one pepper head. People shooting off fireworks outside, not due to anything, but the annual opened way before the 4th of July fireworks tent just down the street. So everybody in the neighborhood spends way too much of their salary on things that go pop. Commons are Brass Knuckles, Emergency Barricade, and Blade Fury. Uncommons are Supporting Fire and Magnetic Dysfunction Ray. And the rare is Overrule. Hey, Chris, so far, it's been all right. My first draw was half a Sky Shadow. And then since then, it's been commons and uncommons for the big cards. Yeah. I think I pulled one rare Titan Master. That was Freeze Out. And then one rare Stratagem. That was the Starscream Decepticon King Stratagem. So it's been okay, I guess. I've had my first box was I feel like about the same. I think I was 5 rares and super rare out of that box, which is a little bit hot. But oh hey, that's the Tidal Wave part, I think. No, Sky Shadow. Tidal Wave's the promo one. So I actually got a Sky Shadow. Well, bought out of this one. I still need his head and then his Stratagem. But this is definitely the grind packs in order to get Guy, because he's a couple of rares. Bold 2, Tough 2, and this combined do 3 damage to an enemy Autobot. So one of them has bold, one of them has tough. When they combine, they get bold and tough. Who'd have thunk it? I flipped that way back here. You can't see that. I need to remember that I specifically frame it so that the approximate edges of the Grimlock playmat are what people see, and I completely forget about it because I'm a professional, unprofessional. And then the Titan Master that came along with was Parsec. Again, another little 1-pipper. That gives bold 1. It was a 2-1-0 because that's most of the Titan Masters are like start out as like a 2-1 whatever, and then they might get a little bit of health. Although 3 health isn't like 3 health, 2 health, 1 health. When they're that small and generally no defense, it's all basically about the same. Like unless you're using the escape pod that lets the head hop off with any upgrades, and maybe those are giving you a defense pop. But hey, that is a place out of Ghost Shields out of this one, but that's cheap. We got Sharpened Talons, Scouting Mission, Cammy and Crash as the commons, Spy Satellite Uplink and Enhanced Power Cell as the uncommons, and my 3rd Ghost Shield out of this one. Coming up on halfway on this box. Autobot Gears. Flip to this mode, return an upgrade on an enemy to its owner's hand. And we flip to this mode, move an upgrade from an enemy to another enemy. So pushing your opponent's upgrades around. An Infiltration for Pounce that lets you when you flip this, yeah, this is the one-shot stratagem where you get to one time when you flip Pounce, you get to play 2 secret actions. I don't think that's worth a star. And our commons in this one are the Industrial Grade Phase Charge, Mission Briefing, Hold the Line. Uncommons are Temporal Quagmire, Hand-to-Hand Combat, and another Regenerative Core. That was a thing I forgot to do when I went out shopping, was to get another binder in order to do some alphabetizing and organizing and try to make this slightly less of a mess rather than just stacks of cards on a kitchen table. So we got Outback as common. And we got his stratagem. When you upgrade Outback Gunner, draw a card, then scrap a card from your hand. So a little bit of filtering. The opponent's card would cause an upgrade to be scrapped from this. You may just scrap an upgrade of the same type from your hand. Or when you flip to this mode, you may scrap an upgrade from your hand. If you do, draw 2 cards. So you want to get upgrades, but you want to scrap them from your hand? Or put a card on here and then cycle? I can see actions if you have other stuff that wants you to be scrapping as well. You can get some value out of it. And we got Emergency Barricade, Precision Fire, and Laser Scalpel as our commons. Spy Satellite Uplink and Hollow Matter Projector as the uncommons, and Belligerence as the rare. That's the opposite of that secret action that turns all the oranges to blues, and that one turns them from blues to orange. So if you play that and then your opponent plays the other one, it's a recursive loop and the game breaks. You're just dividing by 0. I'm sure there's been somebody that's asked that question and it's been answered of what actually happens with that interaction. People reacting on social media, but then I don't know if they're around. There's Twin Twist. Flip this mode, your opponent chooses one of their characters and does 1 damage to it. If you flip this character at least 2 times this turn, do 1 damage to each enemy. You just go flipping crazy. You get it? Flipping crazy. When you flip to this mode, this gets Pierce 3 until end of turn. So really, if you could do some crazy brainstorm double flip action that's like Pierce 6, and then doing, depending on where that phasing is, do a buttload of damage to somebody. Because if it flipped at least 2 times this turn, do 1 damage to each enemy. So if you started out here and you flipped him, he's going to have Pierce 3. And then you flipped him back, that's 2. So then you deal 1 damage to everybody. Then you can flip him again. That'd be your Pierce 6. That'd be gross. Have to look into putting something like that together. It'd be gross. Hey, my second rare Titan Master. That's Briscoe. Just +3 health for 2 stars. All right. The commons are Hit and Run, Laser Scalpel, Cammy Crash. The uncommons are a Junk Cannon and a Triangulator. And the rare is the Plasma Horns. It's the end of the first stack, and we see Fort Max hiding down there. And run. Commons. Blah. Heroic Spotlight. If your starting team is only Autobots, your deck can have 2 extra stars worth of cards for a star. So again, this is like a way to, if you've got 1 extra star in a lineup you're looking at, you can play the Heroic Spotlight in order to maybe squeak out another one. I'm going to try one thing here. Sitting here looking at it. I've got a light at the ceiling. Maybe that. Does that look better or does that look worse? One of the 2 people that was talking to me can let me know. Come on. Does that help it to get a better focus, or was the light bouncing off the ceiling too much? I'm waiting for a response from the chat. Same-ish. Is this like the glasses is number 1 or number 2? Better? It's a little bit better for me. Okay, bit better this way. All right. I'm just using the glow off of the other monitor then. I'm just gonna have to clean all that up over there. So the commons are Precision Fire, Industrial Grade Phase Charge, and Hold Down. Uncommons are Supporting Fire and Magnetic Dysfunction Ray. And the rares that counter Espionage again. Aha! Gears again. Man, commons feel like such a wet fart in this wave. I don't know why. Again, I think it's because there are fewer that I'm seeing. So it's like, oh, another one of those. Okay. And then the Infiltration Stratagem again. This is also feeling like a set that maybe get a box or two and then buy singles. Yeah. Like, it's fun to rip packs, and maybe you know, if you're doing like a 2-booster turbo or a sealed league type of thing, that might be a little bit better, so that you're getting the value of playing with them right as you're opening it and doing something with it. But then, like, the stratagems throw a kink in that, because okay, it's an uncommon stratagem, but this is only good for one character there that you may not even get, or it could be one of the, you know, the rare stratagems that you end up with, you know, the usurper that, oh, it's not even in this wave. Okay. Anyway, commons out of that one: Spike Bracelet, Improved Shield, Disassemble. No Disassemble. Johnny 5. Uncommon is Temple Quagmire, Spy Satellite, Uplink, and then a Speed Trap. Stop your opponent's actions. Keep cooking. Fangry. Hey, that's a rare. That's 3 rares now. Fangry, well, this is defending against an enemy that has fewer stars than him, tough. And when he's attacking an enemy that has more stars, he gets bold. And then, hey, a rare Titan Master. Autobot Teslor. Focus 1. Be a good head to go along with some other focus stuff. Getting to see that far ahead on things really helps. Chris wants to buy cards now. Hey man, it's a habit. Once you got yourself clean, you should be good. You should stay away. You should totally not buy like a couple of boosters and find local friends to play with. I'm still trying to do that second part of get friends and then play cards with them. But yeah, I still watch Magic the Gathering stuff just enough to go, oh, that would be so bad. I would be like, just buy me a case, just 6 boxes every 2 months. What's that mean? Commons are Sharpened Talons, Lock on Target, Emergency Barricade. Uncommons are Fusion Bore, Turn the Tide, and then that really long Intrusion Countermeasure software. Oh, something fell underneath. Crankcase, another comment. Stealth Mission for Night Racer. Your deck can have 2 extra stars, secret actions. Hey, there's the G off. Feel like the good commons have been exhausted. Yeah, that's the thing. It's like, I mean, maybe if they come up with more, you know, more things like focus or something that can, again, it's losing focus here. Trying to bring that back, bring it down, maybe. I don't know. Maybe try. Maybe that'll help. I don't know. But yeah, there's only so many things you can do before you start getting just like super wordy in your commons. Here, Laser Scalpel, Hold Down, Handheld Blaster, Fusion Bore, Crystal of Power, And the old headbutt. Throwing it on the floor. Whatever. Megatron, Fallen Hero. When you flip to this mode, it gets +2 attack. When this defends and you flip at least an orange, do 1 damage to the attacker after the battle. I think we got his... Did end up with his stratagem? Yeah. So, have his common stratagem. So for another 2 points on top of his already 11-point body, then you can start giving him bold, depending on how much damage he's taken. Again, I think it's an interesting start of a path. Chasm. It's uncommon. We got Sharpened Talons, Mission Briefing, Improvised Shield as commons, Fusion Borer and Hand-to-Hand Combat as uncommons, and then Scout Armor as the rare. That's the first Scout Armor I think I've seen in this box. It definitely feels like a Decepticon card that, or a Constructicon card rather, that then they decided to give other things access to because it wasn't in the Decepticon, or I keep doing that, Constructicon box. I'm definitely going to have to deal with that later. So we've got Optimus Prime, Legendary Warrior, Megatron, then Optimus. What are the odds? Somebody do those numbers. Then Mongso. So that glottal stop for that X in there. A +1 attack to Pipper. Hit and Run, Disassemble, Mission Briefing, Magnetic Dysfunction Rate, Concealing Contrails, and then Lose the Initiative. There's Wingspan again. Villainous Spotlight, so that's the opposite of the Autobots one. This one lets you get 2 extra stars worth of orange cards. Which, like, those are more the, like, stratagems that I think are interesting because that, you know, again, maybe there's that play that you do something different in your cards for want, but hey, if I shift a little bit so I'm all Decepticons, it'll go and do some flavor. Commons or industrial grade face charge. Hey Chris, take care. Blade Flurry and Grab Inhibitor. Uncommons are Triangulator and Tripwire, and then the rare is Intrusion Countermeasure Software. And we got Mind Wipe. When this attacks, you flip at least black. Your opponent chooses a card from their hand and scraps it. If they can't, you draw a card. And in his Beast mode, he is, when you flip to this mode, choose a battle icon color, then look at your opponent's hand and scrap a card from it that has a battle icon of that color. So, trying to dump out your opponent's hand. And then Titan Master he comes with is Doom Shot. Give him Brave. So, yeah, I've seen some people not like horrible English. Some people talk about thinking that headmasters aren't a great thing for the wave. I think it's something interesting. It's again putting a mechanic in that has history in Transformers. I don't know how else you'd maybe do the Masters. I don't know how Power Master, like you have a card you put like this in the middle of it or something. I don't know. But it gives more diversity and choice of how you put some things together, and lets you kind of look at like, oh, what is Brave? Brave is maybe 3 stars worth of value in a thing, because that's what this does. It's 3 stars of value and kind of maybe 3 extra health points and a hit after you're dead or something. I don't know. Jeff says TFTCG is such a kitchen table game, and bringing spike players into the mix is they're always going to be unsatisfied after wave 1. Yeah, I mean, especially, you know, that there were infinite turns that were coming out of wave 1, and then people getting very upset that was unfun for people. You know, it's fun for me when I'm the one playing all of the game, not you. So we've got Disassemble Brass Knuckles and Gravid Inhibitor as commons, High Five and Crystal of Power as uncommons, and then the Paralyzo box as the rare. This character, an upgraded character attacks, choose a battle icon color. Your opponent then reveals the top card of their deck. If it has a battle icon with the chosen color of the upgraded character, gets +4 until end of battle. So that's if you know what they're putting on top of it, or if you've seen, hey, all most of their cards are orange or green. They're really loving those green pips. So let's call out green and smack you around for getting greedy. And Wolfwire battles and said, hey, talking about green pips. He's the one that picks up green pips. And then Stylor as the Titan Master that comes with him. 1 health's worth 2 pip. That's what the math says now. And we've got Phase Charge, Spike Bracelet, Lock on Target, Contrails, Lucky Dodge, and Belligerence. Haha! Bludgeon. And again, another common. Although, did get a stratagem with him. So, playing single icon battle cards, you can put one of them into your hand for free. Which, again, is one of those things. It's like, hey, maybe those are a little bit more powerful since they're tuning the power down on these, but We've got Phase Charge, Laser Scalpel, Scouting Mission, Electro-Optical Visor, and High Five. I think that's the first one of these we've seen in this box. And then End Hostilities. Hey, look, we get the mirrors again. One, 2, 3, 4 more packs. Still no super rare found. Aaron's luck does exist. Horrible. Play a black card, do 1 damage to an enemy and 1 damage to this. When you flip to this mode, move 1 damage counter from this to an enemy. So you have him hit somebody else and hit himself, and then flip him and say, "No, I'm hitting you again." It's just joking. Just playing. Then Parsec is the Titan Master comes with him. And then we've got Improvised Shield, Blade Fury, and Grav Inhibitor as the commons. That Dysfunction Ray and a Power Cell as the uncommons, and another Nitro Booster rare. Down to 3. Will I get the super rare? I'm betting no. Crankcase is another common. Because why not? Hey, again. See, if all of the thing that they've got collation technology, if it was like, hey, half of the time that you're getting your common. You're also getting your stratagem to go with them because we want to give you options if you're doing seal. Then I've seen this come up 2 or 3 times. Makes me think, hey, maybe that's a thing. In reality, I know I'm just seeing statistics where there's not. Not about data points of 1. We got Spike Bracelet, Hull Down, Sharpened Talons as the commons, Conversion Expertise, Hollow Matter as the uncommons, and Trilithium Shield. This I think it's the first time I've seen this one. The upgraded character defending against a Decepticon, it has +1 defense. When the upgraded character defending against a Decepticon leader, reduce that leader's pierce by 3. So this is very much a Decepticon hate, and specifically like, you're playing Megatron because he's a leader and almost always has pierce. Go away, I don't like you. And Brainstorm, hey, at least it's rare. When this attacks and you flip at least 1 upgrade, you may put one of the upgrades you flipped into your hand after the battle. When you flip to this mode, look at the top card of your deck. If it's an upgrade, you may play it. And then Monkso again. Camion Crash, Grab Inhibitor, Brass Knuckles, and you got yourself a Tripwire and a Lucky Dodge for the uncommons, and Overrule for the rare. Last pack. Last pack is the super rare. So hey, I don't have the bad luck. That's Pounce. Flip to this mode, look at the top 3 cards of your deck, and you may reveal a secret action from among them, put it into your hand, put the rest back on top in any order. And then this has +2 attack for each face down or face up secret action you have. So then that does, because I'd forgotten about that part of it, so that does make his infiltration significantly better. Because you flip them to this mode, play 2 more secret actions face down. If you already have a secret action face down, that's +6 attack. That's 11 attack when you go like that. Okay, I can see where that's good for a one-time hit. Put this mode, look at the top 3 cards you deck and reveal a secret action from among them and put that into your hand. So. Okay. You want to play a lot of secret actions with that. It's what I'm feeling here, how they've written the card. And then the rare stratagem is another Orbital Strike. I've got that in my first box. It's the one that I wanted to get, though, from everything else. So that's the Cosmos stratagem. And again, I think I'm going to go find my deck list for my Cosmos deck and rebuild it with this stratagem in there instead of the Universal Network Access that was taking a star before, and be able to hit a decent amount more with that Orbital Strike. Yeah, just shoot those wherever, I guess. Commons are Decoy Flares, Improvised Shield, Precision Fire. Uncommons are those Concealing Contrails, Crystal of Power. And Spy Master's Ruse as the rare. So that'd definitely go with the Pounce deck. So this was a nice little, like, hey, these two kind of go together, along with like that stratagem from back there. Let you play secret actions and let those secret actions stay out there, just because, you know, maybe. Well, both of his are melee, and that's asking for some specialists. So you pair them with a specialist so you don't lose out on all the points. And then, of course, at the bottom of the thing is your Fortress Maximus, your big boy. It again, it's like he's a secret rare, that or special rare, secret, special, SRT, whatever. Special rare. That's a special rare. The head's only a rare. So somehow in the same pack they have different rarities. But hey, that was my second box of Titan Masters Attack. I'll kind of go through and look at my numbers again. I got that special, secret rare, special rare, super rare, and then the Pounce. We got Brainstorm, commons, uncommons. There, common, uncommon, common, rare. I did get came a little bit late. I did get Sky Shadow, both halves of the body. I've not yet gotten his stratagem or his head, I don't think. But those two rares, uncommon, common, uncommon, common, uncommon, common. That's about the same breakdown. 4 rares, 1 super rare, and then a bunch of stuff to find new homes for. And then for the Titan Masters, that's only uncommons and rares, right? Uncommons, rares, uncommon. So 3 rare Titan Masters and 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 uncommon ones, and then rare, common. Oh, I did get two rare stratagems because I got the Starscream Decepticon King one. So this, I think, is closer to the normal pack distribution or the normal box distribution than my first box because I only ended up with the Orbital Strike out of my first one. So it's my second box of Wave 2. I got another one still, but I'm frustrated with this setup with this webcam that I thought did better video, but instead it's out of focus halfway. Doesn't pick up light nearly as well as I'd hoped. So yeah, I think that's it. I don't have a problem at all. No, look, this is like the first thing I've spent money on. Just like stupidly for a while. Been working at least 45-hour weeks every week. Even when I have a day off in a week, I'm still getting 40 plus in the week. And then due to the whole coronavirus nonsense, I've been working from home. This desk is the same desk that I do airplane stuff at, helicopter stuff at now, and then just not doing anything. My spring convention was canceled. Gen Con's canceled now. I don't. From the looks of it, I don't think I can end up doing the Canada trip this year, just because that border may not even be open for just like going up for a weekend. So I've got like a lot more disposable income than I normally do, and it like is getting dangerous sometimes. I was sitting there looking at like maybe I will get back into Magic. Yeah, because that's not expensive. It's not prohibitively expensive. You know, it's only just a little bit of money, and it's not like I'm doing anything else. I just got my credit cards paid off. Yeah, I can put stuff back on it. Yeah. More Lego. I don't have the space for more Lego. I really don't. I need like 2 more rooms in the house so that I can take a bunch of the stuff that's ended up in all of the rooms that I have in this house and sort it out better to come to like, hey, what's the stuff I just want to get rid of, and what's all the Lego multiple of UCS Star Destroyer and Millennium. No, I don't have that kind of money. Okay. Like, there are limits because what's UCS Falcon going for? Lego. And we say UCS Falcon. UCS Falcon is $800, but it's out of stock, so I can't buy it if I wanted to, you know. Yeah, 800. I got there quicker on my own. Thanks. I don't need your help. But yeah, I actually, in all reality, and this is real talk, let me turn the chair around here and sit down backwards. So one of the things that Alfie and I have been starting to like look into a little bit is moving into a new home. This home is it's over 100 years old, and it's not one of those homes that's over 100 years old in a good way. It's there's a old house that definitely shows its age plenty of times. Still knob and tube wiring up in the attic. Not connected to anything now. It's been rerouted, redone, but it's still there. Yeah. Thankfully, Midwest city doesn't have a messed up housing market the way it is on the coasts. This house when I bought it was, I think, $82,000, and I think it's still about the same value, despite the I bought it just before the bubble, and then the bubble, and then it went down, 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 and then it's come back up, and now it's definitely a seller's market right now. I know that I've talked to a few people that have changed homes, and it's like, yeah, you have to put in an offer the day a home comes up, and then like make your case because 3 other people have also put in offers, and you're just looking for a place to go. But then when you put your house up, it's sold in a day or two. So yeah, I know I'm really lucky with the low costs here. I remember when I was working out in Connecticut for a few months, there was a guy that was talking yang about them contract engineers they find out of cornfields out in the Midwest, and they pay them peanuts. I'm like, oh, if that's my boss to pay me more, that'd be great. But here's what my monthly expenses look like. And he's like, what? There's no fucking way. There's no way. And I was like, well, yes way. Here's my mortgage payment. He's like, oh, you can't find anything here for that. I'm like, yeah, I know. That's why I'm taking home more money after bills each month than you are, and you're getting paid twice as much as I am. Well, that's bull. Maybe I should get moved out to the Midwest. It's like, well, we don't want you because you're mean and dumb. But we can end card talk, and which one of the discords is the discord that we can go in and talk to each other with, like, 2 ways rather than me talking to that and then trying to read responses over there, except for you're a slow typer. And so you can't always respond to what I'm saying because I just keep going. I don't know if you're typing something now or if you're paying attention to a cat or something dumb. And yeah, see. But all right, I'm going to go hit the end stream button and then maybe try and find a Discord to chat with y'all good folks from. No cat, only Star Citizen. Well, which one's worse? The cat, that's right. They're horrible creatures.